Okay. So we should be live again, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully everybody can hear us. Is it better? It'll probably take a little bit for people to jump. Better.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I can see the
Yeah.
comments here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good.
you can see the
Yeah.
comments.
Okay. So yeah, we were trying something new, and it was a disaster. So
Don't forget. It only works if you're gaming, I guess.
yeah. So okay, good. So we are back. Unspooled episode 5. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again. I know you guys couldn't hear us before, but with us tonight is Yuto, aka Psych0h3ad, mastermind behind Jerf. So here he is. He's here. So we talked a little bit kind of off camera. We asked you a bunch of questions. We talked, but just real quick for everybody before we dive into the Jerf talk.
Uh-huh.
Give us a little bit about yourself,
Yeah.
about who you are.
Okay. Okay. I'm Yuto from Japan, aka Psych0h3ad, and I've been in this like printer hobby from 2020 during COVID. I just bought
Okay.
I have a bunch of time, so I bought Industry Pro, and at that time I was newbie. I thought the machine is bad. Search all the mod and do a lot of modification. And
Mhm.
now I feel like it was just my mistake.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Right.
goes through that path. Oh, filament is tangled. Well, it's because
Yep. The filament's bad. It's terrible
Yeah,
filament.
yeah. I think I've been doing this a long time, and I always tell people all the time, like uh, early on when I had all these problems, and I look back at it now, what I know now, I used to say like, oh, this machine, this slicer, this thing. In reality, it was me, right?
Yeah.
It was user inexperience and user error. But yeah. So what has got you to where you are now? Because you're really well known. You're starting in organizing RepRap festivals.
well, I don't know.
Everyone
Just
knows who
this
you
whole
are.
hobby gets
Yeah.
crazier and crazier, and here I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
I still
Nice.
work at the company like as an employee, on
Yeah.
the daytime,
Uh-huh.
and still this organizing is just as my personal activity together with some followers.
Oh,
So
nice.
so when did you start organizing it? Because to us, it seemed like it just popped up like a month
Well,
ago.
yeah, I have this idea around like 1 year, from like
Okay.
around 1 year ago, but I was busy,
Yeah.
and but I declared that I wanted to have it on June, and I
Okay.
realized like, oh, it's shit, it's already end of March. I have to do, and I searched all the venues, and like famous like affordable venues are all occupied. I was like,
Mhm.
fuck, I'm fucked up. I need to find a venue, and luckily I found the one who also close from like Haneda Airport. That will be like
Okay.
convenient from foreigners. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll reserve this area, and I called all the people I know, like, hey, I'm gonna organize this. Please sponsor me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice,
Because
man. That's cool.
And
I think probably around March is when I heard of it, because I saw
like rumors,
I saw you post on X looking for a venue, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this thing's happening. And then from then on, and especially over the last like 30 days,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's
Yeah,
everywhere.
this 30
It's
days is the
everywhere.
most busy days. Like,
Yeah, like I think so. If there's a whole bunch of people in chat, Glendon 3D, Pezliz, K2 Kevin, like the maker
The
chip
yeah.
maker. Yeah.
guy, and
Well, I really appreciate the maker chip. Really, like without the maker chip, I feel like it's difficult to get this hype. Like
Yeah, dude, it's
in
been
Japan, like
crazy.
you, like among the hobbyists, we used to have like our logos, keychains, and so on.
Mhm.
And after that, transition to the like printed business card, And
Yep.
then I was like, oh, maker chip, okay. Like, why not just print for myself? I was like, and I also thought, oh, okay, why not just print for the sponsors' booths? And
Mhm.
then I started, get the filament sponsors and start printing, and everyone's like, okay, I'll make my own as well. And like at the first, like everyone plays like simple maker chip, just like multicolors
Yeah.
and so on. And at some point, like it has been changed. Like why this maker chip has LED inside? Like why this maker chip
Right.
transforms, or like why this maker chip like can be like featured and so on. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel like this is Japan.
Yeah, like so. I mean, we've been seeing hashtag Jerf 2025 everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Um,
Freaking everywhere. dude.
You guys have lit a international fire under everybody from here to Japan to Canada about stepping up our maker chip game for Murph and 3D Printopia and Jerf, because the stuff you guys are coming up with is just incredible. The one that I specifically was blown away was the red and black, and it's like
spider.
Okay,
the
okay,
spider.
the Mugicha's maker chip. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll ask him to have me some so that I can like send that to
Yeah,
Yeah, send
RepRap
them, man.
Festival with Steve.
and
Okay,
then
I'll ask
I think it was today he posted with a caliper the width, the thickness, and the diameter of it,
Oh,
and he
you know
he
what?
actually got that in under the maximum specs.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
yeah.
a part of the. That's the part of the best part of
He
the challenge.
posted the
of
model.
Trying to
He
get
posted the model actually.
Oh, did he?
Wow, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you
It's-
guys can still have time to modify,
Yeah.
customize, and do a poster remix.
Yeah.
Dude.
So actually, Steve and I were having a talk one night in Discord about what we were going to do, like what our next maker chip.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to do like one that spins out and is like a shuriken, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like
yeah,
and
dude,
then literally the
the
next day that morning he posted that black spider one, and I was like he took that and just like blew the top off
dude.
it. And it's crazy what you guys have been able to come up with just that simple thing,
Yeah, like
and I
like
think-
it has like really like tight dimensions and like small like no I never even thought about to put some mechanical feature in there. It's just for me just like Kajino chips or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know like last September at 3D Printopia, we were all mesmerized at there was one chip there, when you squeezed it, it had an LED in it, right? And we were all so a year ago we were like, whoa, and that was still amazing. But now it's like, now it's got to transform, it's got to open, it's got to spin, it's got to do something. And that's you guys. You guys have reignited that, and it's really cool. And we've seen a lot. Like today, I was looking at your website. You've done an amazing job on that. The website's gorgeous.
Appreciate it.
You guys have had a lot of interest because the sponsorships and the exhibitors list is, I mean, you guys have a lot of company backing with this.
Yeah, I thank to all the sponsors. Like sadly, like due to this short notice, not every sponsor can be there on site.
Yeah.
Like some sponsors is just display or just advertisement. But still, I feel so honored that they can like sponsor my event this time.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's cool. And this is just the first year. Like next year is gonna be
This is the first
even
time.
crazier.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
I know, even for us, like I live in Maine, and like Zombie Hedgehog, I think he's in the chat. He's from where I'm from. But everybody that I talk to in the 3D printing community, in like the Polymaker Discord, for the last couple weeks, all of us are just like, we don't care about anything else. We're just like, we got to go to Jerf next year. So you have to have it next year because we all want to come. So
Got it.
Yeah, it's just neat. So I saw something on the site about the kind of the mindset that you had behind it, and it almost seemed like you wanted this to be an event to bring corporate and consumers together.
Yeah, so it's like the philosophy behind this Japan RepRap Festival is kind of little different from other RepRap festivals. because I assume other RepRap Festival is really only the open source printers, like no, for example, no bamboo, you know. But in Japan, like to be honest with you, I feel like I cannot host the RepRap Festival only with RepRap
Yeah.
because, like last time we had a RepRap event was in 2018 together with Maker Fair, and we had a small one. I mean, at that time I don't even have a printer. I don't even know printer.
Yeah.
That was the last time. And after that, we have no event. Like we have small meetups with hobbyists, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
So
and
I was like,
it,
like it'll be difficult to manage that. So I wanted to make it like some kind of bridge in between laptop culture and also the new people who jump into the printer with Clarity, Bamboo and so on. So that was
yeah,
the
so
concept behind
both
it.
kind of both sides can see what each other are doing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, and I really, I when I saw that on your website, I really liked that, and you had like a that spoke to me because I came into 3D printing um, when it was only RepRap, right? Like we didn't have Bamboo Labs, and we didn't even
Yeah.
have like the good Creality machines.
Yeah.
Um, and we had Tapcon taped beds with ABS slurry, to get things to
Nice.
stick. So I still love that, and I also still I love the Bamboos and the new gen machines, and I like to see that you're not excluding one or the other. You're keeping it inclusive for everybody. I
So
really
Yeah.
like that.
so like,
Yeah.
how do you juggle kind of like working and setting up a rep rap festival? How do you?
Oh, well, I'm very thankful the current company I'm working. I'm actually working for Molex right now,
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
and they allow me work from home, so I can somehow adjust my times to
Nice.
prepare things. So I'm really like without like if I stay in the normal Japanese company, this cannot be happen. I need to quit the daytime job to do this.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
What's the next big? What's the thing that you can't wait to see at Jerf this weekend? Like, what are you like? I can't wait to see. My friend has built this custom machine, or you know.
oh, actually, we are thinking about to have a like a speedboat race.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
Only with I will also invite the company if they want to join.
yeah.
And we actually have like a regulation violated machine with
Uh-huh.
AC servo motor.
Gosh,
He
dude.
claims it's volt on zero, but it's like it's like triple times volt on zero with like Yaskawa AC servo motor, and it blinks crazy fast. Like the speed is insane. And also another my follower will bring the one that bed will also move type of currency.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Oh,
dual, like
whoa, dude, that's crazy.
that type of like complex machine. So I will for sure record some and post on the Twitter. So be sure
Yeah,
to
yeah,
check
for
it out.
sure, dude.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and I saw another part on your website was where you were highlighting what it seemed like individuals and like educational institutes, and it seemed like it was specific to a person who kind of created something awesome and not just 3D printers. Like there's one on there where somebody had created a control board, so.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so it's I like that it was cool to see that it's not just someone who's creating a whole printer. It could be like a control board or
Yeah,
another
he
one.
created the like high voltage drivers.
Yeah, and then like another one was creating using printer parts to create homemade robot hands.
Yeah.
And that's I just thought that was really neat how it seems like there's going to be a lot of stuff there that is going to be really neat, even
Yeah,
Yeah.
outside
dude.
of the 3D printing, just the
Because
printer,
like only just printer is still. I mean, I thought it's difficult. It's the same story as that. I didn't exclude the bamboo and creatine and that's so on.
Mhm.
Like it is somewhat similar to Maker Faire aspect, but still, it's like the main focus is 3D printer. and then like the things that relates to 3D printer. So this time I also have 3D scanner company, and also the laser engraver company as well.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
such
nice.
and also like JLC PCB.
Yeah, I
And
saw
PCBWay is also sponsoring. Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
so like
yeah, because
whole
I
whole ecosystem.
yeah, and when I started looking at your website a little more, and I saw that, and that it was the like you just said, the whole ecosystem. It kind of took me back to how Steve and I talked about starting this show. Was that we wanted it to be a 3D printing and maker podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
Where we wanted to not just highlight 3D printers or people that are in 3D printing. We wanted to highlight makers, cosplayers, electronics
Yeah.
builders, all different types of things. And it was really cool to see Jerf being that type of thing as well. I really think you're putting together a pretty awesome event.
Yeah,
And
100%.
I think it's gonna, and I know you said like short notice and everything, a lot of us in like the United States or maybe in other countries might not be able to make it to this one, but I can guarantee you we'll all be there next.
There'll be a
at
ton
the
of
next
people
one.
there next year.
Because it's really cool how much excitement you guys have kind of brought to a new event.
Yeah.
Quick
Please,
question.
please use it as an excuse for the next Japan trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what's the meaning behind
Yeah.
Psych0h3ad? What is the
Yeah.
meaning behind that?
There's no much meaning. It's just like no. It's just like crazy person.
Got you.
Because
Gotcha.
my
I didn't know if
senior
it was
was like told me like, oh, you're crazy, and I was like, oh, crazy. Oh, actually, I needed the new handle name. Crazy. Psycho. Okay, let's make it Psych0h3ad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so everybody knows Yuto has to go to work like
Yeah.
soon.
It's morning time for him.
It's morning time Wednesday.
He's missing breakfast right now.
Yeah, after this stream, I have to work.
Yeah. So, and I know, so we're coming up on that time where we told you we wouldn't keep you too long. Where it's 8:23 our time.
Yeah.
So 8:23 p.m. our time. So we only want to keep you for another 5 minutes or so to let you go.
Okay.
But in the next 5 minutes, because for us, Jerf starts 4 days from now, but it's 3.
Yeah.
So between now and Saturday morning for you, what does Yuto's days look like?
Well, I'll be just busy day.
Yeah.
I still have to print some parts. Like I even have to build one printer.
Oh my gosh.
No. Yeah.
I have to call the delivery company to ship the remaining boxes. And I have to tear down the snap maker artisans sitting back behind me to put in the car.
Yeah,
so
many things.
One of our viewers, he just posed the question: Is anybody going to be streaming Jerf on like Twitch or YouTube or anything?
Well,
That
we set up we set up the good internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have like machines to stream. I mean, we have environment to stream, but the thing is, organizer member is like in the shortage. Every like the funny thing is every organized member has their own booths as well.
Yeah. So they're double.
Yeah. Everyone is double worker.
Yeah.
But I'll try to stream. So which platform is better? So like in Japan, X is the largest community for 3D printer people. So I'm thinking about to do a live stream on X, but if the Twitch is better, maybe I can think about to stream on Twitch or the YouTube.
Probably
so I think
YouTube. YouTube is safe to do.
Yeah.
YouTube, pretty much everyone who watches Twitch probably watches YouTube as well. And you're probably better off doing it on YouTube, just because more people will probably be there.
Yeah,
to
then
watch it.
I can spend that for the next year's preparation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
exactly.
X has a really big 3D printing community, but I know some people have moved to like Blue Sky and some other platforms.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So
Okay, then
you,
I'll think about
yeah,
YouTube then.
okay. So in the next few minutes, just kind of give everybody that's in the chat kind of a rundown of Jerf and what to expect and what they might see, and then what maybe to expect next year because they want to go.
Yeah.
Well, like if you're in Japan, just please come. That's all I can tell right
So
now. Like,
I'll tell you right
we
now,
just-
some of the
yeah.
HueForge guys are there. You'll see
Yep.
a giant, like 7-foot tall guy. That's Steve, the creator of HueForge. He's
Yep.
like
Okay.
literally like almost 7 feet tall. Seriously.
Yeah, he
You'll
makes
see
Skull
him.
Telling look short.
Yeah, you'll see him and you'll be like, "That's the guy from HueForge."
I have to be like,
yeah.
hey, Steve.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. He and Ian, Ajax, the guy who made the TD1, he'll be there as well. So there's a couple of people that are gonna be there from the States. Ian Smalley, he also works on HeForge as well. So there'll be a couple people there.
Yeah, I think
I
I saw
forgot to
posts
tell-
that they flew in today.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell that there are some products that's gonna be unveiled for the first time, or they're unveiled officially for the first time in the Japan RepRap Festival.
Oh,
Nice,
cool.
man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5. Some of those are components, some of those are accessories or the printer kit.
Nice.
So be sure to check it out. Like the printer kit, that one is kind of nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can tell
Trust me.
as a snip is like it's kind of like volon oriented machine.
Nice. So now we're
But,
really
you know-
going to want to see the streams.
Still the volon type of machine is still still expensive.
Yeah.
Compared
Yeah,
to like if you just want to start printing, just buy like Bubble A1 or A1 Mini, that kind of shit. But it has a benefit. Like you can start with good budget, and you can learn about open source printers. So
Yeah. So I'm super excited to hear about that. So I will be watching. I'll be watching your X because I'm sure you'll post there.
Yeah, and just
yeah,
let us know.
I'll
We'll
mostly
reshare
post
it
on
as
my
well.
X.
Great, because
Yeah.
I'll be reposting all of that. So
everyone will be
Please
glued to
help.
their-
Please
to their
help
YouTube.
me to share on the other platform because I don't have time
Absolutely.
for that.
yeah. So is there anything else that you want to share quick before we let you go and you head to work?
Where can people find you?
Well, yeah, where can people find you?
Well, I'll try to post as much as I can on the X. So please be sure to check out my X, and I will also post where to stream and so on. And also we have like Japan RepRap Festival official Twitter account. So
Okay,
Nice.
good.
I forgot the handle. Japan RepRap FES. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and everybody's following the hashtag JRFF 2025.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
everywhere.
the hashtag is not JRRF. Like, please put 2025 because there are some other organization with JRRF.
Yeah. So Steve posted your X. So anybody who is
Appreciate it.
not following it, and hopefully we posted leading up to today about this. And if you're not following Yuto, aka Psych0h3ad, go do it now.
Yeah.
That way you can see all the cool posts in 3 days from Jerf.
Maybe these 2 days I'll be like less online, but
yeah, and then you can sleep afterwards.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
anytime you want to come back, just let us know.
Yeah.
and we'd
Absolutely.
love to have you back. Everyone, like I said, was psyched to see that we were gonna have you on. We appreciate you. Dude, like he was lightning fast. I was shooting him messages and he was shooting them right back. I'm like,
Yeah.
what time is it there?
Like, you should be sleeping.
Like he should be asleep right now. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate it. And
Yeah.
like I said, if you ever do want to come back, we promise we will not have technical difficulties on the next one.
Yeah.
But well,
Okay,
we
then.
appreciate it. And
then
we will
see you guys on the other stream.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All
Well,
right, man.
have a great day, and we'll be watching.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Have a
Bye,
good
Yuto.
night. or good days to you
Yeah,
guys.
it's night.
Yeah,
for us.
good night here.
viewers.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
I have to back to work. So
All right.
Yeah,
Bye,
see
Yuto.
you.
okay,
Peace, man.
see ya.
Dude, that was cool.
All right. Yeah, what a good guy.
Yeah.
So it again blows my mind that it's what 9
I don't
here.
even know. It's like
I think it's
9:30 or
9:30
something.
a.m. where he is right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I can't believe I can't believe he came on. And that this I think you reached out to him at what, like a week ago?
Not even a week ago, I don't think.
Yeah.
It was.
So it came together
It
real
might have
fast.
been like a week ago. It literally was like, "Hey, you want to come on our little podcast?"
Yeah, our little pod.
Our
Like
little
actually,
podcast.
I think he thought we had been going a lot longer because I was like, "Oh yeah, this is episode 5," and he was like, "Oh really? Only 5
June
episodes?"
3rd. Yeah, June
Yeah.
3rd was when I reached out to him. But he
Yeah.
has like the automated, like he had followed me and he has like the little automated thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So we already had like it was easy to send him a message. You didn't have to wait for him to like see it.
Yeah.
It just popped up and then literally like, hey, what you
Yeah,
do?
he's very active on X.
Oh, yeah.
He posts a lot. I've been following him for quite a while, but I was actually surprised well, no, I guess I'm not surprised that he said he had the idea of Jerf over a year ago because it still kind of blows my mind that he's pulled all this together in like 3 months, most of it over. I think he said most of it over the last 30 days.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you before we streamed, I mean, I have a hard enough time pulling a birthday party together in 30 days, so. But yeah, I think that's going to be an awesome event.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Like now here's the thing though, because now it's going to become. There's a lot of things happening around this time of year now. You have open source,
yeah,
Jerf, Murph as well. Like
yeah, because Murph is what?
Murph is
the 20th.
Yeah.
The weekend or the weekend of the 20th. So
yeah, people are gonna have to figure it out. Like which ones are you going? Murph is kind of more localized in a sense.
Yeah.
So like I'll still go to Murph. It's still fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's going to be natural when you have more, more people involved, more people starting events. You're going to have, Rocky Mountain, Murph, 3D Printopia, Jerf, the Sanjay Mortimer, and then you still have all the maker fairs.
Yeah.
So and they can't schedule that stuff around each other, but I like the way that he said of how they're kind of framing Jerf as being, RepRap and then modern machines and then.
But most of them have evolved into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's RepRap. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's people who love 3D printing and getting together, or people who love NEMA motors.
Yeah, I mean, anything that's controlled by step removal, like he said, it's not just 3D printing. It's like laser cutters or, even what was it, like Bamboo Lab now having the H2D. You're encompassing everything all in one. But it'll be cool to see. It'll be neat to see how or what goes there, and like you said, there's going to be five new products, one being a whole printer that nobody's seen yet, and they're going to be released there. So it'll be neat to see what those are.
I wonder if it's going to be like something like entirely new from someone we don't know, or something that someone has been like had squirreled away. I'm like, okay, this is a nice quiet time for us to jump out there and make a mark.
Yeah, and he said it seemed to be Voron based, but he also seemed to imply that it might be a less expensive thing to build. I mean, the Vorons are great, but the good kits they are expensive. If you want a good kit, they're not an inexpensive machine to build. So even if you have the chops to try to put one together,
Right.
and you're not going to self-source anything. If you want to buy a kit, you know, they're even the I mean, I don't want to say lower end kits, but the less expensive kits, you know, there's still a lot of money for a lot of people to. I talk to people all the time. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to build a Voron, but you know, I can't spend $1,000 on a kit, you know,
Right.
or
Right.
1,200 or something." But
I mean, at this
then I
point,
tell them to buy an SVO8.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
Do you even make a single head boron? Like, you know, like honestly, like what's the point? Unless you're gonna add a box turtle to it or something like that, then yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of people right now, like me, I mean, I got the Centauri Carbon in yesterday, but other
Mhm.
than that, I really haven't even thought about buying another machine until the index from Bondtech is out.
I,
Um,
I think about buying new machines all the time. Do I
well,
buy new
I mean,
machines?
obviously, I see something I want to buy. I probably won't until the index is out, and then I just figure out what I want to put that on, because
Yeah,
I've got an SVO8 that I might put it on, but I also want to put it on like every other thing that I can dig out of the closet. But
yeah,
um, Steve might put it on an Ender 5 Plus.
that's right.
Yeah.
I've, I've
So
I've not gone back and looked at it today
yeah,
because
yeah. Steve's
I'm
been
afraid.
Steve's been looking
Everybody
at
knows. Listen,
a
reality shit.
marketplace.
I'm a
Oh
reality
yeah,
shit. Everyone knows
our first episode, you did have a Creality
it.
Skill under as your tag.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so Star Rose 3 says, if I had the money right now, I'd get a multicolor printer rather than a Voron. So and I think a lot of people are like that, you know,
Yeah.
with AMSs and multicolor. Um, I've talked to people. I was talking to a couple of kids the other day that were interested in getting a printer, and neither of them is interested in any printer that doesn't have the multicolor capability.
That's
Um,
understandable.
yeah, and I don't blame them, you know. And I told them, I said, you know, you can add it at a later date, but you know, they want something that does multicolor out of the box. So
Yeah.
uh, you know, a couple of them talked about like the K2 Plus, and the other kid was like, yeah, I can't do that, it's too expensive. So he's looking more like an A1 Mini with an AMS Lite
Dude,
or
I
an
love my
A1.
A1. I love my A1 Mini. I love
Yeah,
my A1. They're both, pretty
yeah,
awesome. And outside of not having them enclosed and it being a bed swinger, they're great machines. They're great
yeah.
heat wave machines, and I'm pretty sure people are running full businesses off of A1s and A1 Minis.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
actually a
yeah,
few weeks ago, a friend of mine was selling a Cobra 3 combo with the Ace Pro, and a kid I know ended up buying it, and he loves it. So,
yeah,
and while I was helping him set it up and print with it, um, I learned to like it, and then I bought one, so I now have one.
right
Um,
now is such a good time to get into 3D printing. Is the barrier to entry is so low. You
yeah,
can get a bamboo caliber machine for 300, 400, $500 now. Whereas
yeah.
though,
I mean, like
you know,
the oh, excuse me. Like the Centauri Carbon that I got last night. I mean, I've only printed 3 prints with it today, but it's been solid. And if that comes out or when they come out with the multicolor option for them, but even if you just want to enclose Core XY and you don't care about multicolor,
yeah,
I mean, 299, it's really a tough thing to beat. You know, and I think if they come out with the multicolor, it's probably going to make that even tougher. You know, as long as it's solid, but I, so yeah, Polymorph says he wants to try the Centauri Carbon. I
yeah.
mean, I printed a benchy with it this morning, and then all day today I just streamed on Twitch its second print of a Goku figurine with Polymaker Sunrise Orange matte PLA. So the second print I just streamed it, and it's it's been really good. I haven't any complaints. And then someone was like, "Oh well, Elegoo's can't print the full plate." So I was like, "Okay." So I just did like a full one one layer full plate, and it printed it perfect. So Adam says there's a incoming raid.
Oh, that's from Adam.
Oh, from Adam. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. He's been streaming some gaming stuff.
oh, cool.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, so what's everybody in the chat been up to lately? So after this, I'll be playing with my Centauri a little more. But
Anybody got their HTPLA yet, or
oh yeah,
tried that out yet? The what are you making? Also, join the Discord and everything else. If you go to, let me drop the link. We have a website and it has links to everything that is unspooled. But yeah, join the Discord. Share your makes on there. Share any ideas you have. Unless you're Joe, don't share anything if you're Joe.
Joe. Yeah, we've been kind of oh, Polymaker raided. Thanks for the raid.
Thanks for
That's
the
awesome.
raid.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we were in the Unspooled chat the other night, talking, like we do in the Polymaker Discord. And Strothgar, I think I saw him. Strothgar is here. Awesome guy.
Yep.
He actually helped us set up and get the Unspooled Discord. He's been awesome. He's in there all the time. We were talking. So if you see him in there, say hello. He's helping us mod as a mod in there. Really cool guy.
Gulsifer, yeah, he's always in there as well.
Yeah. Hey, Gulsifer. Yeah,
we guys jumping in there.
So it's been cool. It's and I originally we were like, oh, does the community need another Discord?
Yeah, dude.
But it's been nice, it's been nice to just talk about unspooled stuff, right? Or to continue talks, like our last week's stream where we talked about AI a little bit. We've kind of continued that. We've continued that in our Discord, and it's nice to do it there, just because we don't have to kind of muddy the channels of another Discord, talking about something that maybe a lot of people there aren't familiar with if they didn't see our podcast. So it's nice. It's nice to have that. So I know it's another Discord, but if you guys do want to participate in it and join it, we do appreciate it, and we are trying to remain active as much as we can on it.
We also appreciate all the feedback from last week's episode. That was pretty cool. People were still talking about it, several days later.
And I've had a lot of private DMs about it, and a lot of really good feedback. And so much so that it might not be a bad idea to revisit that topic again in the future.
I think in like a year we revisited it and seen like where people stood on it. And along those same lines, like recently the producer Timberland signed an AI artist, and like some of his proteges were like kind of like upset with him, and I'm like, this is very much in line with kind of like what we were talking about, but from the music point of view.
I mean, music's art, right? And we were referring to art, art in general from AI, and music's art. And multiple people said in the stream that art is subjective, right? So if you have a human individual creating art, and you have an AI or a human controlling AI creating art is subjective. So that might be something that he might not be wrong with that. It might be something that people are really into, but it also may upset a lot of people. So
I think it's going to upset more people than he thinks it's going to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I think it's going to be something that it'll be something that well, and we talked about it last week. It's going to be something that like anything in tech or anything that's new, it's going to take years for it to become acceptable, or I wouldn't even say acceptable, but more acceptable.
I mean, how do you go to an AI rapper concert unless it's like kind of like guerrilla style, and you got like rendered artists on the stage or something.
Yeah, and you kind of pointed that is like an AI DJ
Yeah,
versus an in-person human DJ. But again, like in 3D printing is no different. I saw something today, a post where a guy had posted using AI to generate OpenSCAD code, and it was a 3 sentence prompt to produce a dual fan shroud for he said HVAC. I don't know what it was actually for, but it was
yeah,
basically like it was like dual 120 millimeter fans, and he needed to 3D design a dual fan shroud for it. And he used AI to prompt a 3 sentence prompt, and it created OpenSCAD code that created an STL for him, and he printed it.
nice.
And it was like 95% of the way there. It was kind of neat. Oh, Daft Punk! Don't get me on that. I love me some Daft Punk.
Right,
Daft Punk.
100%. Real quick, so we didn't
Yeah,
introduce ourselves to the rate. We are Layer by Layer and Corey. We host
yeah.
a podcast called Unspooled. It is laid back. It is us interviewing people and also talking about 3D printing. Um, we try to keep it fun, keep it light, and we appreciate you guys joining in. Make sure to follow Corey. You can follow me as well. We have an Unspooled website. It's also in the chat. I'll drop it again. And like if you see us, you got ideas, you want to hang out, we have a Discord as well. Um, Join us on this journey. It should be fun. Um, that being said, Corey, you have anything else you want to add to it?
No, I think you hit it. This is a 3D printing and maker. I mean, we were just talking about music and
Yeah,
AI music, and it's a 3D printer and maker podcast.
yeah,
So last week we were talking about AI and 3D printing, or AI and 3D design. Next week we could be talking about cosplay stuff, or we could be
yeah,
talking about I would love to have Waldo and any other people from um, uh, about that are making 3D printed uh, speakers. We could anything. Like if you make it, whether it's electronic, if you use 3D printing to make it great, but it doesn't have to be, right.
yep,
If you make something as a maker, you might hear it on here, and we want to talk to you about it. I was actually talking with a guy that messaged me on X in DM. He uses 3D printing, but he's primarily um, an RC and specifically RC, like UAVs and quadcopters and airplanes and helicopters and all kinds of things.
yeah,
Um, and he might be fairly well known in the 3D printing community because he's done some pretty cool stuff with a 3D printed UAV. So I know I'd love to have him on. And Steve's always talking to all kinds of people that we might have on. So
yeah.
uh, yeah, but no, just a fun laid back thing. So
Cool. I don't know. I'll see. By doing this, we missed Joel's stream on Tuesday,
yeah,
so I got to go back and watch it every time
yeah,
we overlap. Um, let's see. Oh, so Hadron said he got 3 rolls of HTPLA GF. He got it in black. Oh, he got black GF, and he got fire and 1 ice. GF white showed up as well, so he got
nice.
4 rolls. I want the GF, and also now
I
it's like I want to redo. Like now it's kind of stymieing me because I don't want to print things that I know are gonna be potentially outside. So like the chains and stuff, like these chains, and
yeah,
like I want to do more chains, but now I'm also like, well, why do them if they could potentially melt down? So now I gotta wait and re up
yeah.
HCPLA.
And I want to try it. I admittedly have not ordered any yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is I actually print more PETG than I do PLA.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of PETG. So I'm like, but I mean, I do like the colors, and I do want the ice. I don't know if the ice is back in stock yet. It wasn't in stock after like the whole release of it, but I am going to order a thing of the ice whenever I can. But I do tend to print a lot of stuff in PETG that I know is going to be in warmer environments. So for me, I haven't ordered any of it just because I'm like, I print PETG, but I do still want to try it though, and I am going to try the ice. But I did want to print my Fallout terminal in HTPLA just because I am going to be bringing that to 3D Printopia, and I actually didn't print that. Or I printed the main body of it in PETG, but then I got lazy and everything else I just printed in PLA or PLA Pro. And now I'm like panicking that I'm gonna on my drive down there, I'm gonna like stop, go inside, get something to eat, and I'm gonna like the thing's gonna melt in my car.
Honestly,
I have a black car with black interior.
I don't want that to happen, but it's a way better story than you making it here successfully.
Oh, if that thing melts, I'm gonna cry.
We're still talking about STL Denise's freaking dragster that like
the thing that like bowed tacoed up.
Yeah,
I know, like
people like the horror stories, dude.
I've probably got like 40 hours worth of just CAD design work in that thing.
It looks amazing, dude.
And then I had to print it all, which I don't know if anybody has seen this thing, but it's big. Like, it's got a 10-inch touchscreen in it. So it's big. So it took forever to print. And then now that it's printed, now I have to like paint the thing and like weather it and finish it. So if it melts, I'm going to be devastated. I'm probably going to turn around and drive home because I don't want to go to 3D Printopia and be like, the darn thing melted in my car. Because whoever's there for Polymaker is going to be like, oh, see, I told you should have printed it in HTPLA. And they're probably right. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like Polymorph says he's had some helmets melt. And I have. We went to, my son, my wife, and I went to the Boston cosplay, or the Boston Comic-Con, the Boston Expo there, and all kinds of cosplay people were freaking out there because it was really hot that day, and a whole bunch of people's like helmets and stuff warped, and one guy, like his Boba Fett helmet warped so much that it wouldn't even fit on his head anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm like, again, HTPLA, everybody buy their HTPLA. I should have as well.
Tech Jeeper. The good news is the feels like on the 14-day forecast for Goshen is only 94 degrees Fahrenheit, so we should be nice and cool. Listen, well, it's hot. It's very hot.
Every time you've ever talked about Murph, the first thing you say before whatever else you're gonna say, you say it's hot, and it's such a good time. It's such a genuinely fun time. You know what I mean? And it kind of offsets it. It offsets the heat to a degree, but no pun intended. But it does kind of like offset the heat because, like, that people are there because they really love 3D printing. That they're willing to like sweat, Oh yeah, like,
sweat it out. You know what I mean? So,
like, people don't like to be cold, but people really don't like to be hot in crowds.
No, not at all.
That makes
and when they had the death race, it was some odors going on in that circle.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They need to do that in the morning. Do the death race. Get everybody in a circle in the morning when everybody's still fresh.
Yeah,
from the hotels or whatever.
The place up. I know. I've never been to Murph, and I think next year I might try to make it. I wanted to go this year. I just couldn't get there. But it's like a 19-hour drive if I drove, and it's flying anywhere from where I am is a pain. So but maybe next year. But yeah, every time anybody I talk to about Murph, they're like, "Oh, it's hot," and I'm like,
but they went back though. That's the thing. You're like, it's hot, but I'm gonna go back next year.
Well, it's probably like 3D Printopia. I mean, 3D Printopia was warm last year, and
I was only by the door the whole time.
Yeah,
Which
because I mean,
enjoyed.
I know it was warm because I know it was warm because I mean, we all handed out like
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
12,000 bottles of water. Um, and yeah, I mean, I thought it was hot. Now, if Murph is hotter than that, I
Oh yeah,
might have.
Murph is definitely
I'll be
hot.
walking around with one of those little like fan neck things, blowing the fan up
Yeah,
in your
Murph is
face.
definitely. There was a dude selling fans next to the Polymaker booth. What's his name? Doctor. I think it's oh shoot, what's his name? But he's like a college professor and like I think dealing with like amputations or something like that, or 3D
Oh,
printing
cool.
in like the medical field.
Yeah,
At like the University of Indiana. I wish I could remember his name. But
yeah,
like he was selling like fans that he made.
yeah.
Like
He's
little
probably well, as
yeah,
a doctor, he's probably like, here, prevent heat stroke. Here,
yeah,
like,
dude.
don't die
He
of heat
was selling
stroke.
these fans that he had designed with I wish I could remember that guy's name.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I would actually like to I'd like to have on stream somebody who is working in that medical 3D printing space,
I'm on it.
because
I'm on it already.
yeah, it's that stuff's fascinating to me, especially
Hmm.
I did talk with a guy once who does he's a former he's a veteran, but he works with a group. It's just a nonprofit group, and they're doing 3D printed prosthetics for
Hmm.
veterans. Obviously, that their prosthetics and stuff aren't inexpensive. I don't think so. I think they were trying to do it so that it would reduce the medical cost of
Yeah.
people that have to do that. So that would be kind of neat to talk with someone more about that. Yeah, Polymorph says a Noctua sponsor. That's what I'm doing. Before I ever go to Murph, I'm gonna design and I'm gonna use Noctua fans with a battery. And it's gonna be one of those neck fans that has two big, like 120 mil Noctuas just blowing in my face.
Dude,
Because of
there was somebody who just made I saw it earlier. I was like pretty sure they 3D printed that first, but it's like a freaking jet engine, like one of the small like tiny jet engines, and they
yeah,
use it for like drying cars off.
yeah.
And
I'll have
it's
to. We'll have to talk to Shenanigans. Isn't Shenanigans like a jet
always
turbine guru? Isn't it?
everything
Isn't he always
to
trying to like jet power?
making fire or making wind or something. It's
Yeah,
always something.
yeah. We'll have to talk to Shenanigans about making like jet turbine, like blow my beard off my face,
Yeah,
like
100%.
coolers for Murph. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Northeast guy. We don't deal with the heat that well.
So, do you have an AC?
I
So
have.
I know some
I'm
people
probably
that
the
live in the
only
north don't
person
have
in
ACs.
Maine that has like central air conditioning.
Dude,
Yeah,
blew my mind when Adam was telling me that. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, like people don't have ACs. Like you might go, like if it gets hot enough, people will go over the person's house with AC. And I was
yeah.
like,
So I
what do
mean,
you
Maine.
mean?
So Maine. I will tell you, if you own a house in Maine, you will 100% focus on heat because
Uh-huh.
it's cold in the
Yeah.
winter, like really cold. So cooling is second, but like my house is filled with like Fujitsu heat pumps for air
Hmm.
conditioning. So my house is like cool all the time. But there are people in Maine that do not have that or any type of cooling HVAC thing. So they have to like do like the window, like the window air conditioners.
No.
Um, and I always know in the summer because one of my neighbors that lives down the street, every time you walk by the house in the summer, it sounds like an airplane is landing because there's like 9 windows that have like the in-window air conditioners and they're
Yeah.
all running. And it's so in the whole neighborhood, it's just this dull like hum of air, like 9 air conditioners running. And I swear, if you looked close enough, the window panes probably vibrate a little because of all these air conditioners.
Gotta
I
make
always see the
some
guy dragging them out of the garage and putting them in the windows every spring. But
yeah, dude. There's nothing I hate more than having to install an AC. It's
yeah,
the worst thing ever.
no, we did the heat pumps there a while back, really just for air conditioning because. But yeah, those are like the best things I ever did. I actually 3D printed a part for one of my Fujitsu heat pumps. So if anybody knows the Fujitsu heat pumps, when you turn them on, they have that like door that slides up to show the like the blower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that door on the Fujitsu ones has this little plastic nylon. I don't know if it's nylon, but plastic gear that rides that cover up. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that gear broke, and I couldn't find one anywhere in stock. Everything was out of stock, so I just designed it and printed it out of nylon. Works great. So see,
My quickest home fix was the toilet had the lever arm inside had broken, and I fixed it in like 2 hours. This is with my ANET what's it called, ANET ET4X.
so
Literally
that was post the
and
fire
went out.
starters. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's supposed to
Not the AA8.
Trust me, I had to weld something on. I mean, I had to solder a piece on there, but
Yeah.
that's post. Was post
Yeah.
all of that. But
Yeah,
quick question: what's something that you did a quick fix on, just from 3D printing? Let's see who has the most ridiculous one.
Yeah, in comments.
Yeah,
Who has fixed something? Does it have to be a house or could it be a car?
It could be anything.
Anything.
We're looking for the best one.
Yeah. So if you have designed and 3D printed a part to fix something in your house, in your car, anything, let us know in comments.
Joe says it's Keurig. We need more details.
Keurig, like the one of the like the doors or
the big one or the small one, or you made a cup. You made a hopefully not the little cup dispenser thing for it, because that would be bad.
Come on, guys. Only Joe. You guys, I know there's some 3D printing powerhouses in here. You guys had to have.
Oh, that's a good one, Star Rose.
What was
Star
it?
Rose said she printed bolts for her toilet seat.
Oh, like those hollow bolts that go
Yeah,
down through with the nut. That's a good one.
I don't even know if I want to. I gotta read. You gotta proofread Tech Jeepers. What he puts in there first, because he'll throw a whammy on you. Additive Adam says the TPU Ford Ranger bed dampeners between the bed and the frame. Oh, that's real good. All right, let me read through Tech Jeeper. I'm gonna wing it, Tech Jeeper. Hopefully, I don't regret this.
Pez is doing TPU can koozies for merch.
Oh, nice. I 3D printed body clips for my Jeep to hold the fenders on the day I bought it, because I knew I could fix these when I get home, and they were falling off. Cool.
Yeah, I actually do. I hear a lot of people doing fixes for cars. Like I talked to one guy. He did those. So like in the inside of your trunk lid, you have like the fabric, and a lot of times they're held in by the little plastic clips that like have the fingers, and then you screw them in, and they push the fingers. Like somebody actually had them, had already designed them in printables, and he just downloaded it and printed, because when he took it off to replace a light up behind there, he broke a bunch of those clips.
That's the thing. Like, I don't want to dwell on HTPLA too much, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of that stuff people are going to be reprinting now, because it's easy to print, and you have the ability to withstand some of those higher temperatures.
Yeah,
there's things, like I said, I joked about it with Pete and Joel, but I'm like, I was buying ASA like left and right for future stuff, but more so like for the heat resistance for jewelry and things of that sort.
yeah.
And then also for like interior car parts. And I'm like, man, had I known, I probably would have waited and just bought HTPLA, especially the glass fiber stuff.
You didn't have to tell me what was coming, but you could have told me to wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Adam says, I designed and printed my bathroom sink pull drain handle.
Oh, nice.
A handy one. A lot of bathroom stuff. I mean, that's pretty important, right? Bathroom stuff is important.
It moves the most, that's always my rule. Like, things that move the most break the most. That's why old TVs lasted for a long time, because all you had to do is turn the knob, and that's what always broke, was the knob.
Yeah, one of the first things I ever designed myself was for someone else, and it was the door on their refrigerator, they
Mhm.
have like where the pins go in the door. There's like these plastic bushings that keep it so that
Ah,
it's nice and smooth. Well, the one of the bushings, I think it was the one on the bottom, broke in half and fell out. So when they went to open the door, it was like all floppy on the pin that goes inside the door. Um, so we just measured it, printed it, took the door off, put the bushing in there, and then slid the door back on.
nice.
Um,
There's a lot of stuff. Sideline said he did last minute extension cord wire clips. Let's see. What else? Polymorph. I did a lot of stuff for the Fitz Ford tether system. Garbage can, headrest, bag holder, even a Pez dispenser holder. Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
cool
one
stuff.
said sideline review. He's done a lot. Shims
Oh
from
yeah.
curling iron metal holders in your studio, black mirror tie clips. I have printed. I think it was on printables. I have printed zip ties. Somebody has like a whole bunch of different size zip ties that
Hmm.
they designed, and they worked well.
It's cool how strong one or two layers of PLA are.
Yeah,
When they're
I mean,
flat, it's just like it works. It's
yeah, I
like,
mean, I think PLA is a lot tougher than people give it credit for,
yeah,
and it's just it doesn't necessarily like fast high impact, but
yep.
um, it can be tough. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sideline reviews got dinner. Yeah, I got to. Let's see here. What else? Toaster handle. Somebody did a toaster handle.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've done quite a few. Like
A
I
toaster
I, I
handle.
always called
Gotta
them I always called them utilitarian. Right, like utilitarian prints, like everyday things that you could print. Like I've done a lot of like hooks and hangers and um like I did for my mother's in her hallway. I did like their hooks that just kind of like push back up but then flip out
hmm
just for like hats, coats, scarves, type of stuff like that.
There needs to be like a pet safe filament. I think that would be super cool. Like something that doesn't that because a lot of people don't know like some of those bones, the nyla bones and stuff like that,
Yeah.
are made for them to consume and pass through their system.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, so if someone could make a filament of that, you could print your own dog chews toy
dog
things.
chews. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's why how they're made. Like
Yeah.
to like yeah, oh yeah, it'll just pass right through them.
Yeah.
But also like even if you can make something that was tough enough for certain toys.
Yeah.
Uh, I say that because I have a puppy now, so and I'm sitting there
He
like, dude, I
does
would
have a
like to make
puppy.
dude,
He's
I'm gonna
cute. Cute.
listen. That puppy's about to get some serious
So
neck wear.
it,
Oh man.
it was funny because last episode, his puppy kind of he had we had some background music
Oh
from the
yeah.
puppy the whole time where he was kind of barking off in the distance, and he never made a peep like for a half hour before stream when
Yeah.
we were talking, and then the second the stream started, he went in. It was like he knew.
Right.
And then actually tonight, when we first started, my dogs really don't bark that often, but literally the second we went live with Yuto, they started in.
I figured him out though. I was like, okay, I got the toy where it's like a puzzle with all
So
the
oh,
pieces of snacks and stuff in there. So
so Daddy Wazzy says TPU chalks. So did you do like the large TPU wheel chalks for like a trailer or?
yeah, that's a good idea though.
I've actually thought about doing that, but I haven't done it yet. Um, did they work well for you, Daddy Wazzy? I'm guessing they did, but I mean they're just chunks of rubbery plastic, so they should work good. But
Yeah, but that's a good idea.
yeah,
Anyways, he's always making some cool stuff.
I gotta look through his. I gotta look through your soccer stuff. Do you have any?
He's got a ton.
Do you have any Rex? Do you have any Wrexham AFC stuff? Because I gotta. That's my new team. I gotta print. I gotta represent my new soccer team.
Did you see with the unnecessary inventions? He has it's like a board that randomly it has all the soccer teams on them, and it randomly drops all the teams until there's one left, and then that's the team that you root for the year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. No, yeah. So Daddy Waz hasn't done anything with those yet. Yeah, maybe I'll have to make like a wall placard, like a multicolor wall placard or a light box or something. I'll have to replace my my Squid Game.
Yeah. So real quick, one of my son's teachers asked my wife if she wanted to come in and talk to his class, and she's like, no, I do the same thing that you do. I'm a teacher, I work in education. She's like, we'll get my husband to come. And so she replied to him, and he took forever to come back. I was kind of amped because I think I even asked you about it. Like, hey, like, dude, what do I do?
Oh yeah, what do you print? Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and so he never got back, and then he finally got back like last Thursday or Friday, and I'm like, it's too short. It's too. He's like, coming on the 12th, and I was like, I could, but no. You should have responded before. I'm like, I would have loved to come in. I was like, I was excited about it. I was like, I was gonna make some cool stuff. He was like, now I'm like, I'm staying home.
Yeah, you ghosted me.
You ghosted me.
You burnt that bridge, buddy.
Yeah, it would have been cool though. It would have been fun.
Well, he'll have to reach out next year when you've the sting from the burned bridge has gone down. That's funny. Yeah, I've had a few of those type of things where like, oh yeah, you ought to come in, and then like just crickets after that. Like, and sometimes it's on me too. Like they're like, oh yeah, and then I just failed to reach out. So
yeah,
sometimes, but yeah, I like. I'm a dog person. I am not a cat person, but we just recently had a cat that passed away.
The way you said that though, you was like, I am not a cat person.
Well, I don't like I used to be like that. Like I was like, oh no, I'm not a cat person. Like don't like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. But so Papa Bear, I don't know if you guys follow him on X.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I think he's had to put his cat down after like 17 years tonight. So I kind of wished him well. And we lost one of our cats, 12 years old, about 3 months ago. So I was not a cat person until we had him. And now I'm a cat person. I like cats.
I have a cat. We have the cat. We got a dog. It took a while for the cat to warm up, obviously. They can kind of be within like a foot or two of each other. They rub noses once or twice.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like, that's enough.
But this dude's a puppy, so like he's 9 months, but he's like got that puppy energy.
Yeah, and he's not a small puppy.
He's not a small puppy.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't. If you guys haven't seen him yet, he's not a small puppy, and he looks. I've only seen him from like the chest up, but there's some muscles in there.
Yeah. He's adorable though, man. I can't wait to start making stuff for him because
is he kind of grayish color?
They say he's blue. I'm like, that's gray. I don't know why would you just not say gray. They say he's blue and white.
Yeah,
like, that's gray. That's dark gray.
But I love dogs that like I like Weimaraners because they're that blue gray.
That's what they said, that they thought that he may have some of that in him.
Yeah.
But who knows? He's got the head of a pit bull, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But he's got the heart of a give me something nice.
I was gonna say Chihuahua, but those things are mean.
Yeah, they are. I don't know. He's got the heart of a golden retriever. Boom.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
So Pez says, I love all animals, even ducks. And then she tagged Daddy Waz. I don't know if anybody saw, but Daddy had like a duck encounter today, I think.
Oh no.
I don't know. He could probably tell the story, but by the photo, it looked like there was just this random duck walking down the road.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I only saw the
So anybody in chat going to Murph? We'll have another stream before then, but just wondering. I will be there. Like I said earlier, But I was wondering if anyone else in chat is going. I know Pez is gonna go. I think.
Yeah,
TT
because
Cut, maybe.
if we decide, or if you decide, because you're the
Yeah.
one that's going to be there, if you decide to do any unspooled streaming from Murph,
Right.
somebody may have to cosplay me,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I'll
you got
just
to have a beard.
I'll forge your head.
Yeah, you got to have a beard. You got to have a beard, and you got to have black frame glasses, and
Right.
you got to have a hat. That's the only requirement.
Right.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool. Oh, that's sweet.
yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else is going on? Like I said, it should be fun. I think it'll be a good time. It'll be cool to see everybody. It's kind of like the warm up for 3D Printopia. I think some of the filament companies aren't going to be. I think Polar's not going to be. I think Pez and Zombie said that last night. That Polar won't be there. I was kind of looking forward to Polar Canyon.
Yeah, that'd be one that I'd want to see.
Yeah, dude, I was ready.
Do you know if what was the one we were talking about the other night? Layerworks. Layerworks, are they going to be there?
No, he's not going to be. He can't make it.
Oh man,
I'd
love
like.
I know. I don't know.
He's got some cool stuff.
He's got some wicked cool stuff. So the other night, Steve and I were talking about filament and looking at some filament. And if you guys haven't seen Layerworks, they got some wicked cool stuff. Like some very unique stuff. Like they have a Polymaker. What was the mossy something one? It was like,
which one? Sea moss green.
No, it was the one that was like a gradient grayish green with the marble
or something like that.
Yeah, so it's called something like mossy stone, but it's like this greenish gray gradient. But it's got like it's marbled, so it has like the black specks like a marble. And that stuff on the spool, it looks awesome. I would love to see it in a print. But
dude.
If you haven't seen their stuff though, I would really look at it because they get some cool, like their transparent stuff is
oh my gosh, I love it. This is all of this stuff is done with the transparency. This is the blue. I think this one is the amethyst. Is it amethyst? I can't remember, but yeah, like all of these are done in their transparency. You can't really see it because I don't have a flashlight with me, but you know, you can see through like all of these things. They're really cool colors. The TD on them is crazy high.
Let's look at some of their
pull up that citrine orange, man. That's the one that like always jumps out at me. Or like the magenta or that orchid.
So if you guys haven't seen their stuff, it's really cool. But this, so this is the one we were looking at. What is it? The emerald green. Yeah. I like the citrine orange and the emerald green. Like, look at that. I mean, you can see the spool almost all the way through that. I like the emerald green. The cyan is really nice too. Did it click? No. Oh yeah, that's the sapphire blue. The amethyst purple. Like that's really
that's this right here. Was it?
Where's that other one though?
The other one, the third.
This one.
That one. Yeah, that's the one.
So yeah, this is that, and it's hard to see, but I don't know why, but that looks awesome to me. Like I like the gradient, but I like the marbled flecks in it. Like I think if you were to print like a bust of something that is meant to look like a stone bust, that would look awesome in that. Mossy granite, that was it.
Oh, mossy granite. Okay.
Yeah. But they had
some good one, man. He's got some cool colors. I think it's a one person operation as far as making the filament. I think he has 2 or 3 lines going at any time. He has a rainbow gradient that's pretty cool, and I did.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I like the hard transition on it, but I did these on it.
Yeah, it looks like it has some sparkle in it too.
Yeah, and he's very he's active on Instagram. He does a lot of shows and stuff like that. But really cool.
Yeah, he seems to be most active on Instagram as far as like the photos I saw. But yeah, I think but yeah, I really like. I gotta order some of their stuff because like this indigo, that looks cool. magenta, hot pink. Like that's really, really pink.
Yeah, dude. It looked like it's a little translucent as well.
But yeah, that I love this one here. That's my favorite of like the translucent ones.
So I have the mermaid's tail, and I have the quartz. They're on the other crystal
On this
page.
one.
And right after I bought the quartz, I was like, why did I buy a roll of natural? And I
Yeah.
wish I would have bought the there's a frosted blue or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, was it that one? So there's like a
there's a blue.
that one I love. Like look
and
at
this
that.
is that's the one I should have bought. Arctic blue. Yeah, because I was doing at the time I was making the Frosty the Snowman. And I was like,
with the
spikes on his back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that would have been great. But I also had some inland like winter or something or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Winter transition or something like that. So I used that instead, which it turned out just as good, but I wish I would have bought that instead.
Yeah.
But just another company to add to everyone's addictions.
Yeah, I didn't want to get stuck on him too long, but I just thought like it's really cool. Like Steve said, he's more familiar with the guy, and he's kind of a one man band type of thing. But he's got some really interesting colors, So I think it'd be worth it to check out. And I like that idea of supporting somebody who's smaller and
100%.
trying to come, especially when they have such unique stuff. So and the prices are good, so I'm gonna order one of them. I'm gonna order that Arctic blue and that mossy granite. Those are the two I'll order.
Paulie Maker says, I like this podcast, but my wallet gives it a 1 out of 5. Spool.
Who said that?
Paulie Maker. I mean, sorry, Polymorph. Polymorph. Yeah, that's legit. Listen, if there's anything, I have a filament. I have a filament problem. I'm fine with that. I understand that. I do. Understand.
See, I have a printer problem.
No.
I use filament to feed my printers, but I have a printer problem. And then the filament is just like a symptom of that.
Yeah, I know I have a filament problem. I live less than 4 minutes away from a micro center.
Yeah. That would be a problem for me.
I have I have the New Maker subscription box, so that's 3 extra rolls every month. And then just if I need something that I don't have, I'll buy it. Almost to the point where I almost bought duplicates. I ordered dark brown, yes, and then realized I had a roll of dark brown in the last new box from New Maker. Anyone interested, the new box, New Maker has a subscription box that they roll out every month. It is 3 rolls for $39, free shipping.
That's a really good deal.
It is. It used to be $33, but it's the economy and stuff. So you used to get them for $11. You would get 3 rolls for $11. It was crazy, but still $13 for 3 rolls. It's usually 2 new rolls that may or may not wind up on their site, and then there's usually like 1 roll that's currently on their site. So the box that I got this month was magenta, which I have. Someone will be getting a roll of magenta at Murph because I have like 3 or 4 rolls of magenta right now. But magenta, blue marble, and it's one other. I can't think of that one. But yeah, you get like some cool rolls that you may or may not see. New Makers, they were at Murph. They'll be there again this year. I think their booth will be even bigger this year. Like I've used their filament. It's nice. I will say my favorite one from them is their Galaxy Black and their Imperial Red, which is like a new one that they just came out with.
We looked at that Imperial Red. That was nice.
Yeah, it's a nice filament. I wish if I had it closer, I would grab it. But I thought like when you told me about that subscription box, I was like, oh, it's just going to be like you're just buying 3 rolls of filament. But three full spools for $39 is pretty good. $39.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
nice not having to worry about it. You could just like, because a lot of times with me, I buy the same.
Mhm.
I kind of have like a reoccurring stock thing every month where I restock, and it's always the same types of filament.
Yeah. Trying to see if I had the Imperial Red on hand. I don't think I do.
Sorry, I just went to mute myself and accidentally removed myself from the view because I'm trying. So I've been sick for like a week, so I'm trying to do my best not to cough, in your guys' ears. But so what I was saying is that so a lot of times for my like aesthetic colors, like my filament that I just want fancy colors,
Mm-hmm.
I usually will manually pick those, but I become indecisive because I see 100 different spools and I'm like, I want them all, like the stuff at Layerworks. So I think for me, someone like me, having a subscription would be nice because then I'm just going to get these new colors and I don't have to worry about picking, being indecisive and just picking.
When I was working on the castle for them, they had a charcoal gray, and it was like it was called charcoal alloy. That's a nice one as well. Like to the point where I was kind of sad that I used it up working on the prototypes for the castle because I ran out of it, and I was like, I should have used like some other stuff that I had just kind of like laying around instead of using like something that I genuinely was like, I want that back. He's like, I was like, I need that one back because it fell into a niche. It's kind of like almost a mud gray kind of color to it.
Yeah,
and it fell into a niche of like colors that I don't have. So I was like, this is perfect. And then it was almost gone, and I was like, okay, now I'm sad, and
like,
I don't know what to do.
I don't know if anybody else gets like this, but sometimes I use a lot of blacks and grays for like just blacks and grays, whether it's PETG or PLA or whatever it is. But with my color stuff, like sometimes I won't really pay attention. Well, and you said it too. And then I'll order some stuff, and then I'll look on all my various shelves where my hundreds of rolls of filaments are, and I'm like, I don't keep them well organized.
Yeah.
And then I'll organize it, and I'll realize I've got 9 shades of all this blue, but they're different. They're Polymaker or Elegoo or Sunlu, or I mean all the different brands, but it's like all the same blue, and I've got 9 of them. But they're all so different that you can't mix them together. But so yeah, I tend to end up with like blues, purples, and greens. Like those are like the 3 colors that I end up with, like anywhere from like 4 to 9 different of those, but they're all like relatively the same. So much so that I actually went to print. So hold on one sec. Let me show. I went and printed my. All right. So I went and printed my Green Lantern lamp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I printed this, and this is in Elegoo's PLA Pro. And then I printed the top. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is Elegoo's clear PLA. But this green is not Elegoo green PLA.
No, it's not.
Right?
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking, and I grabbed one of the other 9 same color greens, but slightly different. This is an old spool of Polymaker Polyterra green, and I don't even know what I was thinking, but I printed it and then screwed it on, and I was like, oh my god, it doesn't match.
Hey, luckily, man, if only you had a device that would tell you the difference in colors. And
I know. No, to be honest, I always kind of chuckled at people that did like the chips, or like like bamboo. When you used to buy, I don't even know if they still do, but when you buy that, luckily it just spins off, so I can just bring it. But like the bamboo chips that come on like the elastic band.
I print like little swatches for like these are just the ones since it's like 42 of them right now, and I haven't caught up. I got probably like 10 to 15 more to go since 3D Printopia.
I used to kind of chuckle at people that did like the swatches because I was like, why do you need those? Just look on your shelves and see the colors you have. But then I realized that when you get 300 rolls of filament and you're not organized like me, just looking.
Just keep talking. I'll just keep showing.
Just looking at your rolls doesn't really help.
No, it doesn't.
So
like, and I take the time to like organize them either by the color or by the finish. The like if they're starlights or if they got like mica glitter in them or whatever, to kind of like go through and like some of them like, oh, these are all the same when you're looking at it from far away, like, oh, these are all the same. And then you like get them in here and you're like, oh no, they're all totally different.
Yeah, and some stuff, you're way organized, but I got to start doing that because like if you have 30 rolls of filament, no problem. But when you have 300 and some of them are still in boxes, you just can't. So I've got to get better at organizing them. But
these are all the ones I haven't done yet. They don't have a case for.
Yeah, and some filament, and we've discussed this before. Some filament looks different once it's printed than it does on the spool. It definitely does from like the images you see on the websites when you order it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think some filament looks different after you print it. So I think the swatches kind of serve that purpose too. Like you can see it printed. But for those of you in chat that are like Steve and I and have like multiple spools, like more spools than you can just visibly look on one shelf and see them. How do you guys organize your filament? Do you just visibly organize it on the shelves, like yellows together, purples together? Do you do swatches and stuff like Steve does? Or do you keep them, or do you keep, or do you keep them organized like digitally in a spreadsheet, or do you use HueForge to keep your, because I've heard people using HueForge to keep their inventory.
I use HueForge for like I'll run, then I don't have everything in there. I'll run stuff through HueForge, just get the values, and then I'll export that file, and so I can have it on the side outside of HueForge, so I can know all of the data for like everything that I have that at least is in there. And I don't use the names that are in HueForge. I like use my own names with a star, and then I capitalize all the letters. That way I know that these are ones that I entered versus what's already in there, just to keep my library separate from the HueForge library.
So is there no, I don't know the answer to this. Is Adam still in the chat? Is there no way in HueForge to separate the default ones versus the user-based ones?
The new ones, you can say, I don't want any of these, and you can like, I don't want any of these in my list.
So there's like a filter where you can say only user entered.
So because I automatically name my own stuff. Yeah. I say automatically. I name my own stuff. I can just say I don't want to see, Polymaker, this, that, eSun, blah, 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 blah. And I can take all of those out and just only have my filament in there. Dude, that's one of the features that I freaking love. Because then now, because like if it could be done in one switch, one flip, I'll do it in one flip, because I don't want to use the imaginary filaments like for color match. You can use filaments you don't have to kind of get the color match, and then you go get the filament. But I'd rather not use any filaments I don't have and just go with the stuff that I do have to make whatever I'm trying to make. So
so I remember when I first started using HueForge, like I only had, if it was in there, I had it. Like, I physically had it. And that's how I prefer it to be. Is I don't want every filament out there in it. I want just the ones that I physically own. And then if I don't have a yellow that I need, I'll go get the yellow. And then when I physically have it, then I'll put it in HueForge. Because like right now with like the 9.0, like I open it up and it's just like tons of filament in there that I don't have, and it's just, for me, it's like it's just there to be there, and then I end up having to like scroll down,
Yeah.
or I know you can search or
Yeah.
or separate versus via brand, but no, I like it just to be my own stuff, especially if you were going to use it for an inventory thing. You would only want it to be
Yeah,
stuff
you only want your stuff in it. And
Yeah.
that's another reason why I like capitalize, and I use the star, because then when I export, I can just say, give me all the stuff with the star, get rid of anything that doesn't have star.
Didn't somebody recently post on X in the last week or so? Didn't somebody come out with a filament inventory, a web-based app? Does anybody in chat remember that? Or did I dream this? So
a web-based one? There is like one that's kind of similar to
might not be web-based, maybe it's just an app that you download, but I thought somebody made a post about an application or an app somebody create. Yeah, I think that's it. Starrow's Printatory, is that it? Print. I'm pretty sure I saw it on X, and I meant to make note of it, and I completely spaced.
Printatory is Psych0h3ad's thing, and that's for models.
Oh.
But Printatory,
yeah, I thought maybe it was that. I thought I saw something that was for like helping someone keep track of their filament inventory, but
well, there's also the site, and this is the one I was trying to find. It's called 3D Filament Profiles, and it looks like it has a login capability, and you have my spool, my colors, my print.
So maybe
that I don't know how I've never used it, but I saw it come up when I was looking up filament. Was it XYZ or whatever? The people who catalog all the
the colors. Yeah. I have actually used.
And this site also has TV values in it as well for some of the filament.
So Pete says spool stock.
Yeah, he was on Meet the Polymaker earlier last year. But I don't know. The app was cool, but I think it was still kind of like in its early stages.
Yeah. That doesn't look like the one I was thinking of, but that's cool too, though. It basically does the same thing.
There's a lot of manual intervention because you have to put in your weights and maintain the weights of the rolls. That's beyond my level of organization. I'm like, that's too much.
Yeah, and I
just want to know the color, the TV value.
I mean, I can't even organize my filament by color on a shelf. So, I mean, I don't think that's something that's going to happen anytime soon. But if I ever do get more organized, like for me, I would just like to have like everything have an RFID that I can just like take my phone and boop boop,
get the little NFC chips that you can.
Yes,
it's just a lot of freaking work, dude. There's a lot of work.
Yeah, so Tech Cheaper says spool stock ties into Octoprint.
Oh, nice. So like for me, you won't be able to see it on this one, but so like a lot of times with these, as well as the cubes, I'll write the brand on it or whatever and the name. Like, so I know like, oh, this is 3DX Tech Green Apple. And I used to write what machine I printed this on so that I would know like, oh, it came out like just because it was printed on that sort of thing. But
I think what's that that YouTube, he's got a YouTube channel, is it Robert Cohen or something like that? I think he had like a really neat, like what you do, like a swatch thing. Like it was like a drawer that you pulled out and it had like every filament he had like its own little swatch. I think it was I
print those out because I like to look at them under.
Oh, you get fancy, man. You're like, really? You got a microscope?
Listen. Don't judge me, okay?
No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone.
You have not had a good time until you've looked at filament under a microscope, okay? Okay. It is
my son has a microscope. I'll have to.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind.
It's not like food, though. You ever seen that show where they like look at food?
It is kind of like food, dude. Seriously, like
if you've ever seen that, I saw that show where they looked at different food under the microscope, and it made me never want to eat again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I looked at a potato chip under the microscope and I was like, what planet is this? But seriously, dude, if you look at like the color that you see sometimes isn't the color that you see when you look under the microscope.
Huh.
Like especially on like some of the like starlight stuff with like mica powder in it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It'll blow your mind, dude. Seriously. Like,
What does transparent stuff look like?
Transparent stuff, it's cool because you can sometimes see through the depths of
Yeah.
it. So you can see like, it's kind of like a cake. You can see like,
Dr. Steve over here.
Dude,
Dr. Steve,
man,
PhD, man. Looking
it's
at
fun. It's literally fun. And so I print them thin. So they're like this layer right here is thin, but then you can also see like the infill. This is just grid infill, but this is the part that I care about the most is this part, as well as like how much light kind of comes through it. But dude, it'll blow your mind.
With your swatch, like if you had a swatch that was like 4 inches long, couldn't you do like little cubes, like solid 10%, 15%,
so
20, like?
And I wish I would have done it where these were all solid instead of what is it? Grid infill. I wish I would have done them solid all the way through.
Grid infill.
Yeah. It was just
I think so. Steve was on a post, a thread on X of a post that I made. Like I was joking about, do I need to make what's the petition of pulling grid infill out of every slicer, and there were like a bunch of people I think were like, yeah, I'll sign it because I think grid infill should no longer exist and it should be pulled out of every slicer.
Listen, we still can't get sepia out of cameras, okay?
the thing that nobody ever uses.
The thing that nobody ever uses.
Yeah,
it's like, still in cameras, okay? Yeah. Who's using sepia? Like, oh no.
But the issue is that
sepia,
there's so many people. There's so many people that will, like, even seasoned people that have been doing this a while, they'll just quickly slice a model and they don't realize that like either that profile just defaulted to grid or grid was accidentally selected, whatever it is, and they'll send a model and then it'll fail for some other reason because grid sucks and it's grid's fault that it failed. And then they're like, oh, why did I select grid? I've done it. I have accidentally sliced the model when I'm like running out of the house, last minute send a print before I leave, and something happens and it's because of grid infill. It should be, yes, Bamboo defaults to grid infill. Drives me, I don't use Bamboo Slicer, but that drives me, and that's mainly why. I mean, you can change it, but if you don't know to change it, but I have people that are new to 3D printing all the time that will message me and be like, every print I send fails, and I'm like, what's the infill? And they're like, grid, and I'm like, change it to adaptive cubic, and they're like, oh, it finished that time, and it's like, yeah, no wonder. Grid infill should be banned.
Hilbert is what I use for everything.
What is it?
Is it Hilbert curve or whatever, or Hill something curve? That's all I use.
I only use pretty much adaptive cubic, and then I'll use gyroid every once in a while just because I like the sound of it when it prints.
That's valid. But we're at what almost an hour and 40.
Oh yeah.
It's been fun as usual. We got to figure out what we're gonna do next week.
If you guys are if you're not in our Discord, but again, hit us up on any of the socials of any topics you guys are interested in us. And then also, if you are a maker 3D printer and are interested in coming on and being a guest, Discord is a great thing for that.
Yeah, we have a channel in there for like be a guest.
Yep.
Where you can kind of say, hey, I'd like to come on. We'll probably try to make it where you can just say it privately and you don't have to like. But you can always message us. You can message the Unspooled account on Twitter if you're on there, and just let us know if you want to come on. Like we're not gonna say like, oh yeah, you'll be on the next episode, but we will try to definitely fit people in. We've
just basically had a list of people going, and we're just kind of pulling from like the top of the list working our way down. So if you are
Also,
interested,
yeah, if you have someone that you would like to see, like,
Yeah.
listen, I have no problem with reaching out to people, like, because if I don't ask, the answers already know. So I'm
Yep.
like, the only other outcome is they say yes. So,
we're,
so
we're actually working on a really cool cosplayer.
Yeah.
You guys will know them. Hopefully we can get them on in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Because they'd be really cool. So, but yeah, even if you yourself don't want to come on, like Steve said, if there is a creator or a maker that you like, that you would like to see us have on, DM us or put it in Discord or something. You guys all know how to get a hold of us some way.
Yep.
But let us know, because we will reach out. Neither one of us has a problem asking, so.
Yep. All right. Do we want to try to find a raid target?
Yeah. Let's see who's on. Let's see who's on that you guys want to see. We'll go Big Jano.
I'm gonna raid into you. How about that? And then you can take everybody from there.
Yeah. Do that. All right. So Steve's gonna raid into me, and then we will all raid into Big Jano.
Is Jano even on? For some reason, he's not showing on my side.
Yeah, he's showing up for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm a girl. I'm going to raid into Corey.
And then we're going to raid into Big Jano and see what he's got going on, because he's always doing something fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised when I raid you.
Thanks, Polymorph, for joining.
Yeah.
And like I said, stick with us a little bit, because we're going to go into Big Jano and see what he's doing.
Yep.
Let's see. Did we get the raid?
Yes, you got the raid.
We got the raid. Okay. All right, guys. Let's all raid into Big Jano.
Don't we have to say something cool when we raid in, like a spaghetti
We
time?
have
Right? Everyone say it's spaghetti time when you get there.
Yeah, it's spaghetti time. Everybody says the same thing. All right. Raid.
All right, we appreciate y'all. Good night.
We appreciate you all. Have a good night.